우리 1에서 3, 3에서 9가 중요하니까 힘차게 박수 3번 쳐주시기 바랍니다. 자, 오늘 설녀 받으려고 이렇게 다 오셨는데 내려오신 일찍 여러분께서 좋은 자리에 앉으시려고 이렇게 하신 분들도 많이 계십니다. 모두에게 기쁨된 그런 설녀화 오늘 체험했기를 바랍니다. 그래서 오늘 사전 공연을 먼저 준비를 했어요.
네, 모처럼 설녀화에 대한 기대감을 안고 이 자리에 계실 텐데요. 너무 반갑고요. 오늘 그래서 준비한 공연은요, 가수 김대호님의 내 마지막 날에, 그리고 어화가 큰 박수로 청해 듣겠습니다. 박수 부탁합니다.
인생아 고마웠다. 사랑이 나를 떠나도 세상이 나를 속여도 내 곁에 있어 주어서. 인생아 고마웠다. 사랑이 나를 떠나도 그것이 내 몫이라고 나에게 말해주어서. 인생아 나 부탁을 한다. 나 지는 갚는 날에는 잘 살았다고 훌륭했다고 그 말만 해주라. 눈물이 많은 삶이어서 배운 게 많은 삶이어서 아름답다 말해주라. 인생아 고마웠다. 빈몸으로 태어나도 많은 건 채워주고 빈몸으로 보내주어서. 인생아 나 부탁을 한다. 나 지는 갚는 날에는 잘 살았다고 훌륭했다고 그 말만 해주라. 눈물이 많은 삶이어서 고생했다 말해주라. 배운 게 많은 삶이어서 아름답다 말해주라. 인생아 고마웠다. 인생아 내 인생아 참 고마웠다. 인생은 사랑한다. 인생아 사랑한다. 고맙습니다. 하늘 아래 우린 이 땅 위에 흔들 한 마음의 바람 깊이 있는 집안 이모해랑 민족 우린 대한 사람 오랜 역사 있는 우린 한국 사람 우린 한민족이야 우리 근조사랑 백엄마 귀신은 더 배달하라 우린 모두가 100만 년 지나도 절대 잊지 마세 어아가를 함께 불러보자고 조상들이 저여인 만든 합창곡을 함께 불러보자고 착한 마음 다활이 되고 굳은 마음 화살가령이 모두 다 착한 마음 할 줄 고유와 살같이 한 마음 우리 조상들은 어떤 고난에도 결코 굴복하지 않았어 우리 끈조상 한 백엄마 그 신도 빼달라라 우리 모두가 만년 100만 년 지나도 절대 잊지 마세 아등 백백천천히 대대궁견 경동심 배달국 광영 백백천천년 대은덕 아등 대조심 아등 대조심 착한 마음 다활이 되고 굳은 마음 화살가력이 모두가 착한 마음 알줄 고기와 살같이 한 마음 우리 근조상 한 백엄매 귀신은 너 배달라라 우린 모두가 만년 100만 년 지나도 절대 잊지 마세
Let's give him a big hand. Thank you for your great performance. This song was composed by Bru Dangun, the second emperor of Dangun Joseon. And whenever I hear this song, I feel deeply touched.
Yes, we're here to receive a flower of immortality. Now, these songs and the flower of immortality together tell us a very powerful tradition of the Korean people. Now, I want to say what the Jongdosanim had said before. He said that we must correct distorted history.
You're talking about the distortion of the Kaya history.
Yes, the historical distortion of Kaya history. Now, this distortion is an incorrect portrayal of Kaya. The king at the time was Kim Suro, around 42 CE. According to Korea's ancient records, Samguk Sagi and Samguk Yusa, the king at the time was Suro, and yet under Japanese colonialism, the colonial government distorted this history, saying that Korea at the time was under Japanese tutelage from 4th century to the 6th century for about 200 years. But the Jongdosanim had said many times that at that time, the dynasty that ruled over the peninsula was Baekje under Kuncho, the great king.
So that means Japan is claiming that they have conquered us since Baekje, Goguryeo, Silla, and Gaya passed on civilization to them, right?
Yes. Now, it's unfortunate that distortion of history continues to this day. One big problem is that the mainstream historical society continues to hold on to this distortion of history. Now, in the previous administration, the government had devoted over $1 billion to recover the history of Gaya. And so much funding went into this effort. And yet, the unfortunate reality is that this great effort did not correct the history of Gaya, but it continues to hold on to the distorted history created by Japanese colonialism, saying that Gaya history was part of Japanese history.
Yes, that's true. Last year, when Gaya ancient tombs were registered as UNESCO Cultural Heritage, it was revealed that Gaya was applied as the name of the Japanese region. So the citizen solidarity for protecting Gaya history was created.
Now, many people are furious about this historical distortion, including the 700 descendants of King Kim-suro. So they're holding rallies and demonstrations, giving light to this distortion. So I hope that you take great interest in this and help in the process of correcting this distorted history. Now, today, I hope we bring our energy together here today. Give them a hand to the people who are taking on this great endeavor.
고맙습니다.
Thank you.
이렇게
Okay, let's give ourselves a big hand. Yes, let's combine our energy to have a great event today.
네.
여러분 반갑습니다.
Hello,
이곳은
welcome.
상생 방송 공개홀
This is the main auditorium of Sangsaeng Broadcasting Television.
모시고 함께함을 얼마나 기쁘게
It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Today's
Today's event follows the inaugural event in Seoul last week on November 6th, Flower of Immortality Meditation for Healing and Ageless Longevity. I'm your co-host, Kim Byung-chan.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Song Hae-ji.
Yes, we are here to receive our Flower of Immortality. I hope you great success today.
We have many special performances today, and we have to talk about the history as well. So before the event, we were talking about the Hikaya history.
Yes, last week I myself received my Flower of Immortality in Seoul. The Jongdosanim said, it's also important to recover our lost history and realize our beginning. So he said that you cannot just simply receive a Flower of Immortality, but understand the context behind it, the archetypal history and culture, particularly the archetypal culture of meditation that began with Hwanguk, Baedal, Dangguk, Joseon, extending to the present day. So it's important that we understand the context behind this meditation.
Yes, that's right. So people are holding a one-person protest every day in front of the National Museum of Korea. It is to protect Gaia's history that has lasted for more than 500 years. So the picket protests are underway with the voluntary participation. I hope that not only the viewers of the STB broadcasting, but the whole nation will participate in the liberation of history.
여기 계신 모든 분들 그리고 온 국민들이 관심을 가지고 참여해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 우리가 그 뜻을 모두
Yes,
받들어서 또 함께 우리가
it's important to remember this and come together as one. We are here to receive our Flower of Immortality.
집에서 송혜지 씨 체득해
So, Ms. Song, have you tried this at home?
Yes, I did. So when I first received 설려와, a Flower of Immortality, my last week, so at that time my lower stomach was getting warmer and I felt a tingle above my head. And I heard that it was the process of water energy ascending and fire energy descending. It was an amazing experience. Thank you.
Yes. I think you've achieved greatly. It means that you truly dedicated yourself to meditation. Truly fascinating and mysterious at the same time. And so these wondrous things, I think, transcend science at times. And so Yulyo, the pure yin and yang of the universe, is something that we must receive through meditation. Now, the culture of immortality, true magic, comes from Grandmother Mago, very wondrous indeed. So today we'll receive more teaching from the Jongdosanim, and we will strive to become beings of light and receive energy today.
Today is the day of blessing to receive 설려화, a flower of immortality bestowed by Samsin Grandmother Mago, who opened the culture of immortality 25,000 years ago. I hope everyone who are present at this STB public hall to be filled with light in your mind and body after receiving a flower of immortality.
Yes. So today we have all already completed the 4 stages of meditation for attaining immortality. So today we will continue receiving a flower of immortality.
Yes, he's a Korean medicine doctor who runs an Oriental medicine clinic in Daejeon. Shall we invite him and listen to his personal stories on meditation? Please give him a round of applause.
네.
Hello.
안녕하십니까? 저는 대전에서 상생학원을 운영하고 있는
My name is
17년
Han Guk.
전이사
I am a certified
합니다.
doctor of Eastern medicine. I run a clinic called Sangsaeng in Daejeon.
증산도 동반 신선학교에서
Now,
주최한
I am really happy to be here today.
대한
Today's event is the 2022 Autumn Festival of Korean Spiritual Culture.
전수식을
Now this
지난주
follows
서울에서
the
했고,
event that was held in
오늘 두
Seoul
번째로
last
이
week.
자리에 서고
So today is the
있는데요.
second event.
정말 다시 한번
And
축하드리고
so I
환영합니다.
congratulate you for coming here, and I'm very happy to be here.
대변제약은 안심 안신이라는 상제님
Now,
말씀이십니다.
Sangsaeng said,
작은
the
병은
great medicine is
치유나
the peace of
약
mind and
수술로
peace of body.
잘나가는데 아주
Now,
큰 병은
many illnesses and diseases
몸과
can be treated with
마음을
medicine,
안정시키는 게
acupuncture,
가장
or surgery and other
중요하다는
procedures.
상제님의 말씀이
But
있습니다.
Sangsaeng said that
저는 얼마 전
grave illness could be
동서
treated
통합
by
암학회에 참석했던 적이
the
있는데요.
peace of mind and peace of
그때
body.
암 재활 전문
I want to share an
의사가
experience. I attended a
통계 논문을
cancer
발표했는데
conference attended by
그 내용이
doctors of
무엇이냐면
Eastern and Western medicine.
암의
There was a
진행 속도를
fascinating
계속했더니
paper presented.
암을
The presenter
확진받고
said
난
that
뒤에 암의 진행
when
속도가
he analyzed cancer,
빠르다라는 것입니다.
the spread accelerated after the
이게
patient received
정말
word of the
놀라운
diagnosis.
단순히
truly
양성이냐
astounding.
악성이냐 궁금할 때는
Now,
그래도
when a
희망의
patient is
신발을
awaiting
붙이는데
news whether their state is malignant or benign cancer, but as soon as the person hears that it's malignant,
불면증이 오고
acute cancer,
불안해지면서
then they fall into emotional distress. They become
그렇게
stressed,
마음의
they
작용이
suffer
심합니다.
depression, and
단순 질환은
it gives them,
치유나
it
또는
plunges them
수술로
into
낫지만
a deeper
아주 큰
state of
마음의
disorder.
병은
So,
거의 스트레스가 쌓여가지고
I want to stress the importance of the state of mind related to the patient's physical
잠깐
state.
낫더라도 또 재발이 쉽죠.
And so when a person
그
is
근본
distressed,
원인에는 마음속에 원과
then
한이
they could
라는
fall into
문제가
relapse
있어요.
even after
원과 한이
the
풀려야
cancer stabilizes.
사실 진정으로 낫습니다.
So in order to receive a true cure, true
이
healing,
근본적인 자기
the mind
반성이나
has to
참회,
be stable and
기도
calm.
또는
Now,
타인과의
how do
완전한
you keep
화해
your
없이는
mind
치료가
calm
잘
and
되지 않고
stable?
재발이 잘 되는
By reconciling with yourself, forgiving
몸과
yourself,
마음이 완전히
asking for forgiveness,
근본적인 것이
attaining
해결돼서
stability
남는
of the
우리가
mind.
치유라고 합니다.
So when you attain this state,
병원에서
it is
치료를
called healing.
받는다고 하더라도 치유가
Now,
제대로
you can
되어야
receive cure
진정으로
through the
낫는 것입니다.
hospital, through your doctors,
공자님께서 강조하시는
but
시천주주
it's important that you also receive healing.
수행의 치유력은 정말
The Jongdosanim said that the power of healing comes from two very powerful mantras, the Shichonjuju mantra and the Daejeon mantra. Now, I myself have experienced the power of these mantras. I have many experiences with these mantras, many experiences, but let me focus on one. My daughter, young daughter, suffered from atopy. It was very serious at the time. Now, it is true, it is known that premature babies have many skin disorder. And so my daughter experienced the same process as a preemie. And her atopy was serious. She was only 2 months, and yet she was scratching herself, could not fall asleep. It was just terrible watching her suffer so much. So one night I decided to chant the Daejeon mantra for her, give her healing. Miraculously, she stopped scratching and fell asleep. I was so relieved. Now, the power of mantra chanting is truly vast. The Jongdosanim said that the chanting is both receiving light and receiving the energy of the chanting sound. So, as a doctor of Eastern medicine, I'm just very concerned that people do not have a sense of the energy vessels within them. Because they are invisible to the eye, people simply dismiss them. The main vessels are being the conception vessel, governing vessel, and the penetrating vessel. Conception vessel running through the front, governing vessel running through the back, and the penetrating vessel running through the central axis of the body. So when there is poor circulation, problems occur. And if there's a problem or blockage within the conception vessel, people suffer stress, stomach disorder, problems with their sexual organ. If there's a problem with their governing vessel, people suffer from back problems, disc problems, high blood pressure. So these energy vessels must be cleansed, must be completely unobstructed. Now, there is a way to cleanse and unblock these energy vessels by receiving strings of light from Sangsaeng and from the Holy Spirit of great emptiness. and using those strings to create a wish-fulfilling rod of light. Using the rod, one can unblock these very important energy vessels. So I recommend that you try this. And I think once you achieve this deep cleansing, you will have great success in receiving your flower of immortality. There's an old saying, it says that if you're unworthy of Dao, you should not spread Dao. Now, I want to change the characters a bit to say that if there is not a true teacher, a true master, do not follow them. Let me say this. People in Korea popularly say that if a Eastern medical clinic is not run by a third generation doctor of Eastern medicine, do not go. People value experience. So I want to say that Ahn Gyeong-jeon, the Jongdosanim Jeung San Do, is of the third generation leadership. So I think it's important that we trust in his experience, in his vast wisdom. And so he gives us great teachings through words of encouragement and great passion. And so I received great instructions from him, so I thank him. I want to end by saying this. Many futurologists, anthropologists, UN experts on global catastrophes are saying that humanity is experiencing vast global changes such as climate change, vast infectious diseases, environmental destruction. So these things are happening now. COVID-19 is continuing. There's no end in sight. The Jongdosanim says that we must prepare ourselves for now and for the coming times. We must strengthen ourselves. We must meditate for our own survival. Through, for example, the flower of immortality meditation, and also by receiving longevity of 150 years of the later heaven. So I want to say that it's important to devote yourself to this meditation. Thank you for listening to me today. Yes, Dr. Hanguk of Sangsaeng Eastern Medicine Clinic. His name is Hanguk, meaning Korea, a homonym. And so thank you for your great words.
So all the people who are present at this very moment, we're watching this live program.
Yes. So we are doing this ritual for receiving the flower of immortality. It's not just happening here in this main auditorium, but it is happening across the world, across Korea. So you must have firm belief in this process in order to reap great benefits. And so I want to say that we've had, so in terms of having firm belief, great success, I want to go to and turn to an event that gave me great encouragement. It happened last June on the grounds of Sangsaeng World Center. There was a very big gathering there, offering heavenly ritual, offering ritual to heaven, to Sangjanim, and to all the great spirits present at that momentous event. It was a time of great conviction.
This grand offering of Sangsaeng World Center, I remember vividly at the very day. This Sangsaeng World Center holds all the spirits of the founders of 10,000 years of history in the great temple. And Ahn Gyeong-jeon, the Jongdosanim of Jeung San Do, told us that this is the very important and precious job that we must do.
그래서 오늘 여러분들께 전해드립니다. 상생 월드센터 착공이 어떻게 진행되고
Now,
있는지
we want to show you a video of how the construction of Sangsaeng World Center is proceeding. So please take a look at this video clip.
거의 뭐 대부분 아무리
이것도 다 암이지 이게.
예, 이것도
무병장수 선묘화 치유수행. 인간 삶의 근본 주제 생로병사. 인간의 삶과
Throughout
죽음,
history,
생로병사의
humanity has
문제는
long searched
인류
for ways
역사와
to
문명이
overcome the
시작된
suffering
가장
of
심오한
aging,
고뇌와
illness, and
사색의
death.
근본 주제였습니다.
We are still searching
인류는
for the
아직도
ultimate
인간의
truth
노화와
that
죽음을 극복할
transcends
수 있는
aging
궁극의
and
최종
dying.
진리를 찾는 여정에 있습니다. 100세 시대라고들 하지만
Modern science
실제로는
has made
누구나
great
병을
progress
달고
in
삽니다.
raising humanity's life
100세까지 산다
expectancy,
해도
making it
질병을
possible
치료하는
to live beyond
유병장수.
age 100.
그래서 장수하는
But the
것도
grim
정말
reality of
힘듭니다.
disease and illness still hovers over
뇌졸중,
everyone.
심장병, 당뇨병,
It seems no
고혈압
one
등
is immune
각종 만성
from
질환으로
cancer, heart
숱한
disease,
현대인들이 고통받고
diabetes, and
있습니다.
other serious health problems.
몸뿐 아니라
And
마음의
illnesses
병도 갈수록
afflicting the
깊어집니다.
mind and emotions,
스트레스로
such as
인한
stress,
공황장애,
panic disorder,
우울증,
depression,
불면증, 약물
insomnia,
중독, 깊은
addictions,
고독감과
and suicidal
자살 충동 등
feelings
심리적
torment
긴장과 불안,
millions
물질적
upon
풍요와
millions
비례하여
across the
그
world.
어느 때보다 만연하고 있습니다. 지금은 우주의 이법이 바뀌는 문명의 대전환기. 우리 인류의
In
몸과
addition to
마음,
the sobering
영혼까지
issues
파고들어
of
죽음의
physical
세계로
and mental
몰아가는
health,
온갖
we, the
전염병과
present-day
자연환경
humanity,
파괴,
experience
그리고
massive
기후위기,
changes that
끊임없이
gravely
일어나는
impact
크고
our
작은
lives.
전쟁, 여기에
Infectious
경제
diseases,
위기까지
climate
더해지며
change,
지금까지
environmental
인류가 이룩한
degradation,
찬란한
regional
문명과
conflicts,
숭고한
and looming
인간 존엄에
global
갇혀져
economic crisis
한순간에
threaten
무너지고
our
있습니다.
individual and collective
오늘
health
우리
and
모두는
safety,
지금의 총체적
and even
위기를
our own
극복하고 더
existence
나은
as
세계를
humanity.
만들기 위한 새로운
We need a
비전과
new vision
창작이 필요한
that will guide us
장박한
out of
문명의
these global
대전환기를
plights.
맞고 있습니다. 지금은 그야말로
Fortunately,
선천
now is the
다르마에서
time for a
후천
new
다르마로
vision to emerge,
우주의 이법이
because now
바뀌는
is the age of a
하추교육의
great
개벽
transition
시간대입니다.
from the era of the cosmic summer
마고성에서
to the
시작된
era of the
상신조화
cosmic autumn.
신선도통
Now
수행법.
is the age of the great
곧
summer-autumn
닥쳐올 병난
interchange.
대개벽에
Where
대비하면서
do we begin?
후천 가을
We
새
begin by
세상의
understanding
주인공이자
the age
신선
in
인간이
which we
되려는
live.
희망,
We
즉
begin by
호모데우스의
preparing
꿈을
ourselves
이루어줄
for
열매
what is to
진리는
come,
어디서
the
찾아야
time
할까요?
of Kebyok, which is the
그것은
opening of a
인류
new
사의
heaven and
뿌리인
earth.
원형
We
문화에서
begin by
찾을 수
transforming
있습니다.
ourselves by
원형
recovering our
문화야말로
innate
현대
divinity
문명의
and
진정한
becoming beings of
오아시스입니다.
light.
태고적 황금
This
시절의
archetypal
뿌리
culture
문화는
from
고대
humanity's
종교,
golden age
과학,
was the source of
예술,
insight,
음악,
inspiration,
미술, 의학
and
등
knowledge that
문화의
led to
전
the
영역에
rise of
영감을
ancient
불어넣었고
philosophy,
인간의
religion,
이성과
art,
영성의
music,
빛을 밝혀
science,
문명
medicine,
탄생에
and
기여했습니다.
other areas.
고대에서 현대로 올수록
Ancient
문명이 진화
civilization was
발전한다는
also
믿음을
very
깨야 합니다.
advanced.
피라미드만 해도
Pyramids, for
현대의 첨단
example,
과학
cannot
기술로
be
재현이
reproduced with
불가능합니다.
modern advanced technology.
1만 2천 년 전 신석기 시대 유적인
And
터키의
so,
göbekli
we must
tepe는
recover
후기로
this
내려올수록
archetypal
제작
culture
방식이 오히려 단순해지고
that gave
조잡해집니다.
humanity peace and ageless
이제
longevity.
우리는 지 나를 깨달아
Must find our true
질병으로부터
selves,
자유로운
and we
존재가
must
되어
awaken our true
전쟁을
self,
하지
our
않고
inner
장수
divinity,
문명을 누린
to liberate
태고의 황금 시절
ourselves
원형
from
문화와
disease and
내 속에
illness.
잠들어 있는 신의 유전자를 깨워야 합니다. 인간의 몸과
To
마음,
do so, we
영혼을
must free
병들게 하는
ourselves from the
원한과
shackles
죄업의
of
멍에로
bitterness and
벗어난
grief
때
and karma
나라는
that
개별적
fester
존재가
into
사라지면서
illnesses of our
아주
body,
환하고
mind, and soul.
투명한
When we
대광명
liberate
자체인
ourselves,
빛의 인간,
our
진화를
meager
마주하게
self will
됩니다.
disappear and a magnificent being of
병든 나와
light will
세상을
emerge as our
치유하고
new self.
신의 유전자를 깨워
Then
진화를
how do we
찾는
become
법방은
this being of
무엇일까요?
light?
The
answers lie in the culture of meditation for attaining ageless longevity, immortality, and an enlightenment which began with Mago Castle of 25,000 years ago. This culture of meditation was passed down to Hanguk, Baedal, 단군, 조선, 북부여, 고구려, 고려, Joseon, and today's Korea, spanning a period of about 10,000 years. Mago, the Samsin grandmother, taught the ancient people of Mago Castle the ways of becoming beings of light. She taught them to meditate with the primordial sound, Om, a sacred sound of healing and awakenment. During the era of Hanguk, the sound Om evolved into the sound Hum, the sound of maturation and enlightenment. The great sacred mother Mago also bestowed upon humanity flowers of immortality, which embodied the energy and divinity of Yulyo to transform the common folk into an immortal. This flower of immortality was a divine gift of immeasurable value. The lineage of this archetypal meditation culture was recovered by the 3 million practitioners of Donghak, or Eastern learning, of 19th century Korea. The founder of Eastern learning received the Sicheonjuju mantra from Sangsaeng in heaven. This lineage continued with Taemonnim, the mother of heaven and earth, and the 7 million practitioners of Bocheongyo of 20th century Korea. After Korea's liberation from Japanese colonial rule in 1945, the 5 million seekers of Dao not only continued this meditation lineage, but brought it to completion by chanting the Sicheonjuju mantra and the Daejeon mantra. The Daejeon mantra is the mantra that will deliver humanity at the time of the mysterious and catastrophic disease that will strike the world. Notably, between 1918 and 1919, when the Spanish flu wreaked havoc around the world, the 7 million Dao practitioners in Korea chanted the Sicheonjuju and Daejeon mantras and escaped the horrific pandemic. This is a valuable historical record that confirms the power of Jeung San Sangjenim, the ruler of the universe, who came as a human being and conveyed to us the 2 sacred mantras, the Sicheonjuju mantra and the Daejeon mantra. The flower of immortality. Several months ago, this past June 12, a grand offering ritual to heaven was held at the groundbreaking site of Sangsaeng World Center in Nonsan, South Korea. That day marked a new beginning of the meditation culture of ageless longevity and immortality. This meditation culture will enable humanity to discover their true selves as sons and daughters of Sangjenim and Taemonnim, and it will set humanity on a path of daily cultivation to attain immortality by first receiving a lifespan of 150 years. No matter who we are and what we do in this life, we can only live the lifespan bestowed by Sangjenim in heaven. Through the new meditation culture, we can recover our inner divinity, transform ourselves into beings of light, and receive a new lifespan befitting an immortal. And so, every one of us in the world must recover the boundless light of Samsin within ourselves, since we all came into this world to live a life of seeking truth. We, as brothers and sisters, share a common destiny of transforming ourselves. This begins by understanding and recovering the archetypal meditation culture given to humanity thousands of years ago, and we should embark on a new journey of changing our mind and body into those of an immortal by first receiving the flowers of immortality bestowed upon us by the great sacred Mother Mago. We invite you to embrace this meditation culture to begin your personal transformation. We invite you to rise up and become builders of tomorrow. Become builders of a new world of ageless longevity and immortality. Tomorrow begins now. It begins with today's ritual of receiving flowers of light to attain healing and become beings of light. I truly hope you can become beings of light and regain your health of mind, body, and soul.
Yes, for all of us.
It was a great video. Seeing that the construction of the Sangsaeng World Center is on its way, it's not a dream but a reality. I am very pleased to see that. Everyone, please give a big round of applause for cheering the completion of Sangsaeng World Center.
Yes, I hope your wishes and desires will bear fruit at the grounds of Sangsaeng World Center. So last June, when we saw the gathering there, it was truly momentous, very sacred, under a beautiful mountain range. And so many people in the past have tried to build a great temple, but that ground is particularly auspicious. It is a place of the sound of Teochew. It will be a very important site for Jeung San Do, our site. Yes, let's all bring our hands together to give great energy for the completion of the construction.
Thank you. Wow, it's a very powerful applause. At this very moment, at this STB public hall, all the seats are packed, are filled. So everyone, please give a big round of applause of cheering. Thank you.
So, people on the second floor, it seems they are sitting on a mountain as we look upon them.
I hope all of you who are at this hall, I hope you're cheering this completion of the Sangsaeng World Center and looking forward to the ritual of receiving the flower of immortality. Is that right?
Yes, we have this Daejeon Palace as well as the Sangsaeng World Center to come. And so both this site and the upcoming site will be dedicated to helping people receive energy to attain immortality of the later heaven. So now our program is heading closer and closer to the ritual for receiving a flower of immortality. And so I hope your flower will have many petals, 8 petals, to mark completion.
Yes, let us now welcome Ahn Gyeong-jeon, the Jongdosanim of Jeung San Do. He will speak about Samsin Sangjenim, who was known and worshipped by people since 10,000 years ago. He will also speak about the wondrous Sicheon Juju and Daejeon mantras and the flower of immortality meditation.
Yes, let us please welcome the Jongdosanim. Give him a warm round of applause.
이것을 위하여
Yes,
우리는 오늘 새롭게
the Jongdosanim will give us teaching about the Shicheonjuju mantra, the Daejeon mantra, and the flower of immortality. He is a true teacher, true master for the Korean people, for K-Spirit. Yes, let us now listen to his teaching.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
반갑습니다.
I am very happy to see you today.
오늘은 정말로 놀라운 날입니다.
Today is a happy day.
잠시 후에 말씀을
So, a few moments from now,
핵심만을 요약을 하면서 주로 오늘은
we will launch into a ritual for receiving a flower of immortality after a few words.
한 생애를 성실하게 가야 되는데
It's important that we devote our entire lifetime
오직
to cultivate and purify ourselves.
진실 게임으로만
We must walk the path of truth
이 마음을
into the realm of truth.
이 생명의 실상이라고 할
We must enter the world of life,
우리가 이
the world of
세상에
true
온
reality.
진정한 유일한 목적은 그
Now, our true purpose in life
통관해서 영원히 나를
is about transcending our past, present, and future, ultimately to search and find our true selves. We have come into this world to find our true selves.
이 우주에서 가장 깊은 곳에 존재하시며
Now,
그 누구의 응답에도 잘 들어주시지 않으시는
there is a being
신선
who resides in the deepest realm of the universe,
80억 인류에
who is not known to most
시원
of the world.
조상님이신 이 마고
She is the origin of humanity. She is Mago,
상제님께서
Grandmother Mago, or she's known as the Great Sacred Mother Mago.
태원 성모님이 실제로
She is the great origin of humanity.
직접 오시게 됩니다. 지난번에도
She will
직접
come
오셔가지고
to this event
저
and grace us with her presence today.
모임의 장소 위에 거대한 꽃을 걸어 놓으시고 거기서 모든 이들이 머리에
And so she will give us flowers of immortality to each one of us,
성모님도 오늘
as she did
이곳에 꼭
last week in Seoul.
오시겠다고 언약을 했어요.
So
상제님도 오시는 거야 오늘은.
Taemonim also said she would come here as a spirit.
영광과
Sangjanim also said that he would
서원에 대한
grace us with his presence today as a spirit.
정말 우리는 영원히 그 은혜를 잊을 수가
So we cannot ever forget their grace.
우리가 왜 이 세상에 태어나서 수행을 해야 되는가?
So we must ask ourselves, why must we meditate as we have entered into this world with a physical body?
도통에 대한 정의 한번 멋지게 내려보면은
Why must we strive for enlightenment? What is enlightenment?
연관이 되어서
Enlightenment is intrinsically connected to
이
meditation.
우주의 율려 조화권을 가져오는 것이다.
And meditation is connected to Yulya, the pure yin and yang of the universe, the universe's power of creation transformation.
음악의 세계에
Yulya is also the realm of sound,
어떤 원형
the realm of music, the original sound of the universe.
상각시우라고 해서
In the East, we have what is called 공상각지
아주 본래적인 그 화음
to represent the different fundamental sounds.
상각시우라고
And so Eastern music came out of this understanding of the innate sounds of the universe.
기본 음계가 있고 그리고 대우주의 그 조화 세계에 파름파량이 있는데
And so
이건 우리가 명동
in the realm of the universe, there are also the 8 yin and 8 yang.
어떤 진리 명제를
these 8 yin and 8 yang represent the workings of the universe, the construction of the universe, and the 8 yin and yang are brought together to form the Chinekju mantra, the essence mantra. So I want to say this preface remark that it is extremely important for us to fill ourselves with Yulya, the pure yin and yang of the universe. Now, there are many teachings, many religions in the world. What we present today, what I present today, is vastly different from what the others' teachings provide. Yulya is absolutely new. People ask the question, what is Yulya? Very few people in this world, probably 0.0001%, who has ever heard of Yulya, because it's so unknown. So Yulya is about movement. It's about vibration. So people dance, people move. So Yulya, one facet of Yulya is movement of kinetic energy. But Yulya is far more profound. So Yulya is also intrinsically connected to the Daejeon mantra, which represents a vast traditions of teachings of humanity in the past 10,000 years. So through the Daejeon mantra, through your meditation, it's important that you awaken yourselves to Yulya, the pure yin and yang of the universe, and embrace it and invite the energy into your body. Now, there is a thing called the Yulya flower. So what this is a flower that embodies the energy of Yulya, the pure yin and yang of the universe. So the flower of immortality, or Seolyewa, is this Yulya flower. And so Yulya is an important code, an important language that speaks about yin and yang, the fundamental making of the universe. Now, imagine this situation. When you go into a forest, you enter a deep quiet. You go into a deep forest. Imagine there is a deep quiet. Or you go to a vast open space, say somewhere in Australia. Actually, there are many places in the world where there is an absolute quiet. Now, when you are in nature, in this absolute quiet, you can actually begin to feel. You can feel life, you can feel energy. So this is also one aspect of Yulya, deep quiet that takes you closer and closer to the essence of the universe. We live our lives full of thoughts, full of stress, too many activities. So fortunately, our biology dictates that we come to rest in the evening. We turn the switch off. Why? Because it's part of nature's working. In order to sustain life, we live this process of coming to rest in the evening. And so we have to remember that we are subjected to these rules, workings of nature. And so I want to say that there is a mantra, 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원이대가. This mantra is absolutely important because it pulls Yulya, the energy of Yulya, into our body. And so this mantra came from Donghak, Eastern learning. So if you understand 시천주 조화정, serving the Lord of Heaven, determining the world of of immortal creation transformation, then you can understand truth.
원우의 대강 크게 내려 주시라고 이렇게 서원.
And so this mantra also contains a great wish, asking for Sangsaeng to give us
강령
the ultimate energy in great abundance from on high.
정말로 이제 그 우리가 지금 쓰고 있는 서양적
So we are also asking to receive His Holy Spirit. Now, Holy Spirit in the Eastern sense is a bit different from the Western sense. Holy Spirit is a spirit, but it's also the energy. Holy Spirit is also mangyang. In expressed in the Korean word, is the mangyang spirit. And what is mangyang? It is a spirit that embodies, represents the power of creation transformation.
망냥신인데 망령신하면 어떻게 되는 거야? 그렇게 또 읽어 저도 모르게 그 기운이라는 게 기가 막힌 거야.
So mangyang spirit is also energy.
정말 불교는 뭐 신법 닦는 거 아니야? 얼마나 엄청난 거야.
Now other teachings focus on different areas. In the great Buddhism, focus on cultivating the mind. It does not talk about the mangyang spirit. It focuses on the human mind, the mind of the universe as well. But we have to be open-minded. We have to integrate all these great teachings and move ourselves forward. What is happening? The world is about to change. Donghak, Eastern learning, gave us a great revelation. They gave us the mantra 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지. Eastern learning reveal the Lord of Heaven. They proclaim the incarnation of the Lord of Heaven into this world. So they also talked about God. There cannot be just one God, one and only God. Just as there are the heaven and the earth, just as there is the Father and the Mother, there is God the Father and God the Mother. In the realm of Dao, there is Taeguk, which is the dynamic of yin and yang. In terms of the universe, it consists of Kongon Gamni, the 8 trigrams, which represents the workings of the universe, the structure of the universe. So in the East, we speak about the universe in the context of heaven, earth, sun and moon, from our perspective of the universe. So the point is, there's not just one thing, but many things that are part of nature, part of nature's principle. Within our body, for example, there is the moon within our body, and there's the sun within our body. And so, in terms of the universe, everything is in constant motion. The earth, the moon revolving around Earth, the sun revolving around the sun. So there's circulation. Everything must circulate. Everything does circulate, and everything has to circulate within our body as well. When there's proper circulation within our body, the moon in our body ascends and the sun in our body descends. So there's the circulation of the water energy and the fire energy, giving us a good circulation of energy. That is the path to good health. So I want to stress the importance of the mantras. I want to spend time today chanting the 2 mantras with you. So let's together chant the 시천주주 mantra together.
조화정 영세 불망 만사지 지기금지 원우이대강 시천주 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 조화정 영세 불망 만사지 지기금지 원우이대강. 난리가 나서 막 뭔가 뭐 재난이 터져가지고 마음이 급해 어디를 막 달려가.
Imagine if you're in a rush, you can chant the mantra quickly with pace.
지기금지 원우이대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원우이대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원우이대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원우이대강. 집에 있는 어머니가 전화가 와서 아무개가 사고 난 것 같다 빨리 가보라고.
So imagine you receive a phone call that a family member got into an accident.
본능적으로 튀어나와.
And so if you have been chanting the mantra all the time, you instinctively chant the mantra.
끌어안고 울거든.
So you go to the site, you're constantly chanting the mantra in your mind as you embrace your family member.
동학은 천주학의 최종 완성이다. 우리가 서양
Now, Eastern learning is a completion of all the teachings.
첨단 문명까지 그 문명의 주역은 서양 문명을 만든 단 한 권의 책이 뭐냐? 신약 전서예요.
Now, what is the book that was the impetus of Western civilization?
구교에서는
It is the New Testament.
또는 개신교에서는 하나님이다. 하나님이란
So, in the New Testament,
그래서 1만
they speak about God.
한국 배달 조선 사국 시대 북부여 이후 사국
In Korea's history, under Hwanguk Baedal, Dangun Joseon, and Bukbuyo, in the course of 10,000 years, the people of Korea have conducted offering rituals to heaven, to God the Father of the universe. They knew this God the Father of the universe to be Sangjanim, who is one with Samshin. Sangjanim, who is one with Samshin. That is the name for God the Father. To embark upon the path of enlightenment, it's important to understand who Sangjanim is, who God the Father is. He is the ruler, the great governor of heaven, earth, humanity, as well as the spirit realm. He is the God of creation transformation. So you must understand him properly and call him by his proper name. Call him as the Father of heaven and earth. So once again, he is Sangjanim, who is one with Samshin. You must, to understand Sangjanim, you must understand who Samshin is. So you must understand the realm of Samshin. You must realize that Samshin is the realm of light. It is the light of the universe, the realm of light. So when I have spoken at Hwandangogi book concert, I've spoken about Samshin many times. I also said this, that
그게 뭐냐 한 글자로
some conclusion is war over history.
그 광명 조화 세계를 들어가는
Now, what is at the heart of history? It is Hwan, or brightness, radiance. And so, right now, there is a ongoing struggle over history of East Asia, of archetypal history.
인류의 90% 이상이 다 넘어간다 이거. 95%까지.
So it is about Hwan, about light.
자연계의 거대한 그 질서 전환, 쉬운 말로 우주의 계절 변환.
Now,
천천 봄 여름에서
our world is transforming fundamentally.
종말론이 아니야. 새로운
Our world, meaning heaven and earth,
우주의 질서
will transform completely
지구촌 인류
and
문명의
begin as a new heaven and earth. This is not some religious teaching.
한 1000년 정도의
It is reality that will unfold in the coming times.
최정상의 그런 도통을 다 한단 말이야.
And so when this new heaven and earth arrives, everyone will attain enlightenment, exceeding the realm of enlightenment of all the great sages and saints of the past. It will be a time when everyone will have perfect communion with one another. People will attain perfect awakenment. People will live in a world of paradise of immortality on earth. That world awaits us. In the meantime, we must devote ourselves to chanting these two mantras, the Shichunjuju mantra, the Teochu mantra. Let us chant.
조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원우의 대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원우의 대강 시천주 조화정 영세불망 만사지 지기금지 원우의 대강 지기를 이제 때가 되었으니
지기금지 원이대강, receiving the ultimate chi in great abundance from on high. So when we chant 지기금지 원이대강, we are beseeching Sangsaeng, Father of heaven and earth, to give us this ultimate chi in great abundance from His place in heaven, His place in Tushita heaven. In Buddhism, they spoke of this heaven where Maitreya Buddha resides. They called it Tushita heaven.
도솔천 천주님이 계신 바로 신선 부처님이신 우주의 모든 부처의 종불이다.
Maitreya Buddha is Buddha among all the Buddhas.
아버지가 바로 도솔천 천주님이시고 미륵불이다.
So God the Father, Sangsaeng, Maitreya Buddha are different names for the same being.
보니까 도솔 능소천궁이더라. 신선들은
And so immortals of Taoism
조화를 상징하는
visited heaven and saw Sangsaeng on his throne
불가에서
in a place called Nungso heaven, Nungsochon heaven.
외쳐온 그 도솔촌이 같은 하늘이다.
And so Tushita heaven in Buddhism and Nungsochon heaven of Taoism are the same heaven, but of different names. And so
첫째, 둘째 문장에 이 원본이 있어요. 내가 부산은 황.
another name for this heaven is Terachon heaven.
자, 결론은 역사 전쟁입니다. 우주광명 환이다.
So I want to say that
우리 역사 문화는
our conclusion is that single word Han, Hwan, or radiance, light.
그 속에 삼신이 계시더라.
And so within light, within radiance lies Samshin.
마고 할머니께서 헌임이다. 그때 기도를 할 때 25,000년.
Grandmother Mago told us that this being is the being of great emptiness. We call this being as the great empty. And from that great emptiness comes space and time. And the two spirits who preside over space and time are the Holy Spirit of great light and the Holy Spirit of great holiness.
한번 이제 초대해서 거기를
So these are all 망냥
그런
spirits,
분들이 많이 있었는데
spirits of
거기서
creation
보면은
transformation.
이쪽 우리들이 지금 현상 세계에서 절로 넘어갈 때 그건 너무 순수하고 맑고
And so it's
우리가
a
이제
very,
그렇게, 그
their realm is vast,
비밀을 푸는
infinite, and very pure.
그
It is of light.
비밀을 푸는 비밀지도, 진리 비밀지도 거기 보면은 뭐가 있어? 정멸인데 정명과 청멸로 구분이 된다. 그 상하, 상하, 위아래.
And so their realm is of
우주의 절대 순수
emptiness, of annihilation,
거기를 가봐야 된다.
of pureness.
그래야 인간의 마음의 본성을 아는 거야.
When you reach that level, you will begin to understand your true self.
도통 공부의 그 과정과 체계가 너무도 똑똑 부러지고
And so the meditation practices that come from their teachings are vast,
근원이 돼서
very systematic. They will take us to different levels of attainment to reach enlightenment.
시천조 조화정은
Regarding the 시천주
모시는 세상이다.
조화정,
그런 때가
serving the Lord of Heaven,
천주 아버지의
and
조화 세상이
God the Father determining the realm, the time of the immortal paradise of creation transformation. That is the message of Eastern learning.
열리는 건데 누구도 도통을 하는 거야.
It is a message that the immortal paradise of creation transformation will arrive. Everyone in that world will attain enlightenment. But we must traverse a time and space of the mysterious and catastrophic disease. It is unavoidable. We must cross this time of trial and tribulation. We must prepare ourselves through meditation by receiving longevity of 150 years of the later heaven. And we must receive great energy of creation transformation from God the Father, God the Mother in heaven. We must understand who they are, where they reside, and what they bestow upon humanity. Remember that their place in heaven is called, their place is called Dushira heaven in the nomenclature of Buddhism. It is also called Nungsocheon in the nomenclature of Taoism. It is also Terachan. So these words are different, but the place of their dwelling is the same. These beings have different names, but they're the same supreme being who rule over the universe.
예전에 그 한창 때 이렇게 우리가 누구에게 이제 그 선천 문화 대화할 때 보면은
Now, in the past, I've had many conversations with people,
서울에 미아리 가면 너무 많아.
and someone talked about 옥황상제, Jade Emperor of Heaven. I personally did not like that name because 옥황상제 is prevalent in Korea in places of fortune tellers. And so they have portraits of 옥황상제, Jade Emperor of Heaven, in a long white beard. They do not see this being as the supreme ruler of the universe. So he is degraded in these settings, in the houses of fortune tellers. Now, Eastern learning it speaks about the coming of God the Father into this world.
지구에서 비가 내리고 이슬이 내리고 이 모든 조화는 자연의
Now,
자연의 조화이
everything begins and ends with nature, the principles and the workings of nature.
원본의 첫 페이지가 이렇게 돼 있어요. 천주님의 조화에
And
갇힌 것을 모른다.
people do not understand the principles, the power, the presence of the Lord of Heaven in every workings of the universe, including the workings in our lives. People do not know who Sangjenim is. So, Sangjenim, who is one with Samshin, is simply shortened by the title Sangjenim. So what Sangjeon means is Sang means supreme,
적인 언어인데
Je means emperor.
그럴 거 아니에요.
So he is the supreme emperor of heaven, the most supreme being of the universe.
신계를 다스리시는 우주의 아버지다.
So he rules over the spirit realm.
상제거든, 상제.
That's what the name Sangje signifies.
북녘에서 또 만주에서 그때 이제 그 주로 그 만주 교포들인데
Now,
그때 뭐 대한민국
I met many Korean descendants living in Manchuria, in present-day Manchuria.
그렇게 해서 좀 베풀고 진리도 전하자.
So I met with them to give them some teaching about Sangjeonim and about the things that I've said today.
그 연변에서 온 양반이.
I've also
기본적인 거 뜯어 고치는 건데.
talked to them about 개벽. 개벽 means renewal, rebirth. So it's not reform. It's about complete a new beginning, a rebirth, absolute fundamentally fundamental renewal.
뭔가 본질적으로 어떤 우주 자연계까지 바뀌는
So
그런
개벽 is a very important term to bear in mind. 개벽 means a fundamental restructuring of heaven and earth. It is a new beginning of heaven and earth. So there is a powerful passage in Eastern learning. The fate of the mysterious disease spreading across the world. Is this not once again 개벽? So 개벽 has many implications. So Sangjeon, who has sent Shakyamuni, Jesus, Confucius into this world, he himself came into this world as revealed by Eastern learning.
그래 했단 게 그러거든. 했단 게 상제님이 그런 말씀을 여러 번 하셨다 이거예요. 석가공자 예수는 내가 쓰기 위해서 내려.
So Sangjeonim said, "It is I who sent Confucius, Shakyamuni, and Jesus into this world to serve in my work."
40장 6절.
I have met many people to prove this his words.
내가 성자를 정말로 많이 내려보냈는데.
And Sangjeonim himself told me, I have sent a lot of sages to the earth, and the ones survived and left the teachings were the Christianity, Confucianism, and Buddhism. But there's other sages that left, like Hinduism. If you visit India, the passion of these Hindu people are amazing. So we feel a lot of things when we visit our brother countries like India. So what does it mean to chant these two mantras? In the beginning, when the universe formed, there was one sound, the light and the sound. With the vibration at the beginning of the Big Bang of the universe, the Mago grandma brought this the creation sound of the universe that is none other than Om sound. And in the period of the Mago Castle, the system of the government at that time were the system of Hwang, the three Hwang. The Taewang was the one who kept the record of the history. and then there was Samhwang.
다스려 나갔는데
So the three Hwangs ruled the country.
그 구도지 도라는 것은 천부경의 고향 도읍이다. 구도지. 근데 그것은 뒤에 많이
And
돼
the person called Park Jae-sang wrote the book Budoji and mentioned about this period of Mago Castle.
이 천하에 이 세상에서 가장 큰 성이다.
And he said the Mago Castle is the biggest castle in the whole world.
이걸 좀 제대로 인도해 가지고 이 병랑개벽에서 지구촌 지금 쪼글 수 한 7억, 막 10억 이렇게 넘어서 병랑 감염이 많이 되는데.
So I really wish to convey this period to the Western world
우리가 좋아해 율려 좋아.
so that they can get the healing from this disaster of disease spreading very fast around the world.
15세까지 갔다가 거기서 이제 그건 북극권이라고
So this ruler Hwang have lasted for 15 generation,
내려온 거야. 날씨도 이제 안 좋아지고 여러 가지.
and then the weather situation got worse in the Mago Castle near the Baikal Lake.
불로장생 조화신선의 도통법을 그 비밀을 전해주는 나라다. 종주다.
So they moved out and
우리가 나온 거고. 그러나 그 원료는 거기서 온 거야.
And the Mago Castle was called the country of the immortals, the country embracing the secret of the immortal and the longevity.
전체지 12국의 나라로 나중에 이제
And then this was conveyed to the nation called Sunbiguk,
한국에서
and then spread into Hwanguk and the 12 countries.
바로 7세 기우이리 환희님의 아들이 커바람 환웅천왕님인데.
And then after Hwanguk, the Mago Castle was inherited by the Hwanguk nation, and then at the last governor Hwanin's son Gobaran, he wanted to move to found a new country. So that's the story of the Tangun myth, actually, which is not actually the Tangun myth, but the story about this Kobaran Hwanung, the founder of the Vedak.
맹호부대 그 호랭이가 월남에 갔냐 말이야. 백호부대 해구리 갔어.
So it is very absurd that they say that in the Tangun myth they talk about the tiger and the bear, which is actually not the real tiger and the bear, but the tiger clan and the bear clan. We don't call the Beko army the white tiger army the tigers, but they're the people.
영성 요소로서 5가지를 얘기해요.
When we talk about the spirituality, we talk about the 5 components, which is spirit, essence, heavenly souls, earthly souls in the horizontal, and the willpower at the center. So the spirit and essence lies vertically, and the heavenly soul and the earthly soul lies horizontally. The spirit is more of a yang energy, more of a brightness. The essence is more of a yin energy, more of a dark energy. It is also similar with the heavenly soul and the earthly soul. Heavenly soul is more of a yang energy, and the earthly soul is the yin energy. So your spirits are formed in the way of Yulyo.
우리의 그 존재 의미, 나의 그 존재 가부를 정말로 제대로 발휘하는 게 뭐냐? 내가 예를 들어서 바이올린을 킨다. 기타 대가다.
The way you manifest your divinity.
정서하고 소통되는 거야.
For example, if you play a violin, if you play it well, you can sympathize with the people. You can move the people's mind.
아미수통.
It is same with the enlightenment, awakening and the enlightenment. When you sympathize and be connected with in the mind, that is what enlightenment is.
자연의 그 만물들이 막 가을바람에 봄바람에 춤추는 거. 이리 흔들 저리 흔들하면서 그 자연스러운.
So the nature is the way and the Dao. When we watch the trees wither in the wind and dances, we feel connected to them, the nature.
생성되는 근원으로 우리가 그 시간과 공간 세계를 넘어서면은 태어령님의
If we go over time and space, we enter into the world of great spirit of the great emptiness.
구간과 그것을 넘어서서 그 우주의 빛이 처음 이렇게
You go through his realm
탄생을 하는
of
이름의 세계, 우주의 그 조화 소리의
dancing light, and then you go into the
우리가 제대로 된 윤려
the world of condensed sound.
그걸 이제 뛰어넘어서
And then if you get into these worlds,
우주의 그 궁극의 조화
you start to be awakened to this another world.
세계의 그 눈이 하나가 돼서 새로운 제3의 눈 그것이 궁극의 원래
And then
이게 신한도 이름이 다
you open your three eyes in your forehead, and you merge these three.
이 설려와의 원형 아주 거대한 바로 그 선정
And then
그 거대한
you get to receive the original flower of immortality in this merged spiritual eye.
광선하기가 딱 앉아서
Then inside this eye, you will find the radiant baby meditating in your eyes.
중심축 저거 말고 왜저 신떡이 내려와
That's not the right picture.
지금 이렇게 꽃이 폈는데 중심축에 7개의 혈이 있단 말이에요. 이건 인도 문화하고 또 달라요.
So we bloom the flowers in your seventh chakra or the hill.
머리속 그 상단 거기에
So the seventh chakra is the one in your head,
아래로 내려가서 피거든.
and then it goes down to your throat and to your middle tension chest, and then it goes down and keep blooming.
신선으로서 이제 득도를 했다. 득선을
If you bloom these flowers in your body, we say you have been started to be turned into the immortal.
이것을 이제 꽃을 쫙 피는 그 실제 도통 수행을 전부 이렇게 전하자. 내가 손을 잡고 우주의 그 조화 중심에 들어가서 그걸 내가 직접 해봐서 활짝 펴가지고
I have I have tried this meditation with my own body,
단단한 다이아몬드 머리를 다주는 거예요.
so that anybody can make this work.
이것은 이번에 병남대회
I can make this work 100% for everybody.
시천주 조화정 영세물망만사지. 동학이라는 것을 우리가 조금 이제
So the mantra 시천주 조화정 영세불망만사지 is from the Eastern learning.
아주 조화가
They proclaim that the Tao of the God the Father Himself will be revealed in the earth.
조물주 자연의 그 무형의 조물주 그 빛 자체의 신 태어령님이 계신 그 세계가 바로
The nature spirit,
본체
the world of
무국이다. 그래서
the great spirit of emptiness, we called this Mugul.
비밀 하나를 더 어떻게 해가지고 마구 할머니
So we say that his realm is the realm of the Mugul.
조물주를 망냥신이다 이렇게 처음으로 정의를 해주셨는데 망냥은
So this great spirit of emptiness is Mangyang spirit. Changje님 defined the spirit's name Mangyang. Mangyang means the one full of light, the one being full of light.
2005만 년에 전시 우촌 인류가 대신선 도통을 해서 이번에 150살 수명수를
in the coming later heaven of 50,000 years, people will be enlightened with this meditation and become immortals. So, with this meditation, you receive the flower of immortality. You multiplicate this flower in your body into thousands and millions, even into your all of your cells and the DNA. And then your number, Yulyo number, will be fulfilled in your body. So to become one with the universe. And then when you complete this ritual of the flower of immortality, and then you get to go into the next stage.
정말로 무서운 말씀을 하신 거예요. 미륵경에서 석가 부처님 뭐라고 말씀하시는 거예요? 너희 모든 자기 아들에게 얘기하는
In the Sutra of Maitreya,
그 아들 나의 인생의 장애물이라고 하는 말 그런 이름을 쓴 그 아들하고 가섭하고 거기 및 성도들에게
they said,
마땅히 기하라 미륵님에게 기하라 3000년 말복시게 되면 미륵님이
you should practice the Tao of the Maitreya.
하나님 아버지가 오신다는 거야. 놀랍죠? 제주도진 상제님이 진방 동방에서 오신다.
And even in the Confucius text, they said that God the Father will appear in the direction of Jin,
미안해가지고 체면을 살려고. 그 뭐야?
which is the east.
중국에 보면은 저 만주 그 중심에다가 예맥이라고 하잖아. 야, 너거 조선놈들, 너거 예맥이라는 게 사나운 짐승이거든. 쉬운 말로.
In China, Chinese call the people in Manchuria the barbarian.
그게 중국에서
They told us your ancestors are the barbarians.
구맥으로 얘기했거든.
They called us in the name of Mek, which means barbarian.
돌아다니는데 그게 어떻게 해서 대한민국 학자들이 그 논리를 우리는 예맥 조선이고 뭐 우리는 맥
And this, the funny thing is, the Korean mainstream historians
절대 안 하려고 그래.
take this text made by Chinese
자,
and say that we are the barbarian.
율려를 알아야 이렇게 주문을 제대로 읽고 왜 우주의 정신과 혼백.
Only when we realize deeply about Yulyo, we can chant the mantra correctly.
시간을 주장하는 거예요. 아주 깊은 얘기인데, 깊은 얘기도 해야 되잖아. 우주의 혼백은 바로 자연의 본체신, 바로 태어령님이.
The spirit and essence assert the time, and the heavenly soul and the earthly soul assert the space. So if you see in the Daejeon, there's a verse, heavenly soul, earthly souls are the east, west, south, and north.
우리가 공간을 점령하고 있는 거야. 지금 이렇게 하나의 형상으로. 우리의 정신은 시간.
So our spirit, our mind is related to the time, and our body is related to the space.
넘었는데 인생을 정리해야 되겠구나. 나 홀로 이제 몇 년 살 텐데 이렇게 고민을 하잖아.
When people turn 80 into their 80s, they wonder about their life, and they wonder what they should do with their life. But if you come here and receive the 150-year span longevity, you gain the new life that you can start a war.
이 시간의 문제인데 이 시간의 문제는 뭐 우리가 살면서 이 시간의 이 궤적을 떠날 수가 없는 거예요.
When we live our life, we cannot get away from time.
시간과 공간 우리가 태열 형님의 그 마음의 세계 이게 아주 도통의 영원한 주제인데 현대 과학도 바로 시간과
The time and space and the mind are the main subject of the meditation and the enlightenment.
도통의 절정 영원한 중심 주제이기 때문에
This is the
우리가 1만 년 잃어버린 한국
the subject that we consider very deeply.
율려 세계에 들어가서 보통 500세 이상 1000년씩 살았던 한국 배달 때
In the period of Hanguk and Bedal, when the people lived for 1,000 years,
제사장 왕이기 때문에
they were the kingly and the priestly figure.
수행을 해가지고 이것을 깨닫지 못하면은 우리 문화는 누가 너들 조상 개야 맥이야.
Unless we learn about this ancient period and be enlightened about this, we cannot protect ourselves from people telling us your ancestors are the barbarians.
새롭게 한번 생각을 깊이 하셔가지고 이제 한국인으로 진정한
So you have to give a deep thought into this
이것은 모든 종교 모든
and realize
문화 원형이고
the ancient history of Korea, that this period was the period of the immortals.
바로 지구촌 인류 최초의 경인 천부경인데 천부경은 읽으면은 그 막 우주의 그 율려 빛이 막
The first scripture of humanity is the Cheonbugyeong.
바로 이 태원 성문이 인류의 그 원혼한 그 첫 조상
And the
할머니가
Mago grandma from the Mago castle was the one who gave the first 11 character of this Cheonbugyeong.
시작하여 셋이 된다.
It is none other than one is the beginning, from nothingness begins one. So we all have to return to this one.
여기 꽃을 피우고 그것으로 내 몸에 수 억만 그 꽃송이를 피워서 인간 꽃이 되는 거다. 방한 꽃이 제일이다.
And we return to this one, the muguk,
이 말씀은
and then
신선 보통 인간을
with the blooming of the flowers in our body, we turn to the immortals
전체적으로
and
보면 이제 우리가
fulfill her words.
이렇게 멋진 꽃이 펴가지고 그거 한번 피면은 수행을 하지 말라고 합니다.
Once you see the flowers bloom inside your body, you feel so amazed that you will want to continue to meditate.
이렇게 보면은 그 태열 형님의 이 대우주의 본래의 참모습 그 백광의 그 색조 모습을 보면은 정말로 멋지고 기쁨 받아요.
It is such a great scene to see the white radiance of the great spirit of emptiness.
도적도를 올리고 입도를 해서 태을궁에서 그러고서 그날 이제 우리가 천상 테라천에 올라가가지고 거기에서 8분 성령님이 태열 형님 해서 그 본체 삼신이
When you receive the flower of immortality today and get initiated to Jeung San Do, you will visit the Terachonggung Palace of Sangjenim, and then the 8 holy spirits will sit around you, and each of the spirits will have the Yulyo fan, and then they will bestow you with this Yulyo fan, and then if you use this fan, you can remove the stray thoughts inside your body.
그래서 우리가 우주에 이제 그 시간의 비밀에서 보면은 동학에서 12제국 계지론수 다시계비가 있는
if you in the secret of the universe, in the Eastern learning, they talk about the secret of the time of the universe, saying that about the once again 개벽, that there was a 개벽 in the beginning of the cosmic year, the beginning of the civilization, and then that was that was none other than the springtime of the cosmic year, and then the civilization like the Atlas and they prospered and submerged into the water, and then this immortal civilization was brought about. There's a lot of record about this Korean ancient civilization, about the Mago period. There is a professor Hwang Hae-suk in the California who researched into this subject. Getting back to the 시천주주, so the 시천주주 mantra is the mantra to receive the energy of the God the Father Sangjenim, and the 태울주 mantra is the mantra based on the 율려 energy of the universe. In the 태울주 mantra, the hum and the chi is the sound to absorb the sound of the hum into your body. Let's try chanting the mantra.
사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 지야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 지야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 지야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 지야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 지야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 지야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 깊은 밤에 잠이 안 와. 아무리 잠을 잘 내도 안 와.
Late at night, even if you want to sleep and you cannot sleep, you have worries. Your family have severe illness that the modern medicine cannot cure. Even when in these times, if you chant the mantra,
훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 치야 도래 훔니 함니 사파 훔치 태울천 상원군 훔니 치야 도래 훔니 함니 사파. 입안에 우환이 있어 누가 죽었어?
even if you have a unfortunate event, even if you had an accident in your family, if you keep chanting the mantra,
못 가지셔가지고 기다려. 홈니치야 오래 홈니함 이래버리면은 더 죽어.
if you chant it like this, then you will bring about the accident. Like if you chant it like this.
신앙을 이렇게 잘하고 조문을 잘 읽는데 왜 발목이 부러졌습니까? 그러면 내가
When I visited the regional Dao center, the one person asked me, why did I got accident
그 사람 아주 기운을 다
when
목소리 속에
when I have chanted the mantra diligently.
그러니까 조금 이렇게 잘 먹고 산책도 그리고 햇빛을 못 보면 사무실에만 있어.
So it depends on your faithful mind, sincerity.
오늘 말씀은 여기서 카팅을 하자. 예식을 들어가자 그랬거든. 그래서 우리 실무진들 얘기를 적극적으로 들어줘야 돼. 아래 사람들 그 일하는 어려움을 들어줘야 돼.
Time is running.
악당이 되기 싫어가지고 그래서 오늘 우리가 이제 좀 부족한 것은 저쪽 뭐
So I will try to wrap up.
일요일 날 이번 주 그다음에 부산 대구 이렇게 기회도 있고 뭐
We still have another event in the Gwangju, Busan, and Daegu.
우리가 이제 이
So you can participate those as well.
영원한 생명의 조합꽃 다른 말로 음양의 언어로 잃어버린 그 원형 문화의
So today,
전설 속에서
the flower of life, flower of immortality,
물려꽃 그것을
the
할머니는 선정하다.
the flower in the myth
특별의 신선으로 태어난 것을
coming from the 마구개서.
사랑하노라 인정해 주노라 정활정자야 신선으로 아주
The name of this flower symbolizes that the Magu grandma
꽃은 같아요.
recognize you as the genuine immortal.
막 청청청청하고 막 몸에 분화학 수행을 할 때 보면 정말 신나는데 이 꽃은 이제 사실은 뭐 이 꽃도 학년이 돼가지고 일주일에 2주를 막 한 달, 두 달, 석 달 하면은 여기 머리에 있는 한 꽃을 가지고 온 몸에다 그냥 뭐 천송이 만.
If you practice this meditation of the flower of the immortality diligently, you will be trained to plant the flower very fast and very swiftly. So after you make your body, turn your body with this meditation, then you can go into the second stage. Now, when you receive the flower of immortality, the Holy Mother Mago and the Kungi Sacred Mother and the Soi Sacred Mother will descend together. If you listen to the testimonials by some of the practitioners, you will be amazed.
예식을 따라 저 예식을 하는 수호사하고 우리 그 지금 여성 수호사 두 분은 그걸 하늘에서 인정을 해가지고 이렇게 임명을 한 거예요. 그러니까 워낙 진실하고
The host of this ritual, the host who will lead the ritual is a very faithful and sincere person. So if you follow his words carefully, you will receive this holy flower.
가장 중요한 게 뭐냐 잊지 마세요. 이 꽃을 받기 전이나 꽃을 몸에다가 처음에 이렇게 하나를 빼가지고 무릎에다가 또는 눈에다가 눈 안에도.
After you receive the flower, you can plant it in your eyes, plant it in your knee, having pain.
못 잡는데 그래서 꽃을 받을 때 머리에 모두 다 꽂혀 누르는 거니까
The flower will come to your head like this.
이따 마무리를 좀 세세하게
So
원래 좀 같이 30분 더 하고 싶어요.
please get this well, get the flower, receive the flower well.
오늘 다 그걸 제대로 받아가시고 1, 2, 3기 이 신선모 만든 사람들도 지금 이 설료화가 없어졌으니까 설료화를 다 잘 받으시도록.
Even the practitioner advancing in the next stage can also receive the flower of immortality. Thank you very much.
Yes, the Jongdosanim gave us teachings once again on the flower of immortality meditation. I didn't realize that you can receive Yulya, the pure yin and yang of the universe, through this meditation. And so, Muguk, the great emptiness, leads to Tegu, the great ultimate. And so, this teaching is very powerful. It gives us that the flower of immortality originates from grandmother Mago. Let us chant the Teochew mantra together.
를 함께 하면서 우리가 계속 가야 되겠다는 생각을 합니다.
Yes, let us continue onward and upward.
전수식 때 또 꽃을 받았잖아요.
In Seoul, at the ceremony, I also received a flower of immortality.
온라인으로 시청을 하시다가 설료화 이 예식에 참여를 못해
Now, there are some people who could not participate in the ritual. So many people visited Jeung San Do's dojang across the country to participate in a ritual to receive their own flower of immortality. So I hope you'll be able to receive this flower today. So once again, today, we will have this ritual for receiving a flower of immortality presided by the Jongdosanim himself. So soon we will begin this ritual. So you are here today in Taeulgung Palace in Daejeon. The next event is next week on Sunday in the city of Gwangju. When you come to the event itself, you will be able to receive your own flower of immortality. So today we will invite people who participated in the event in Seoul and ask for their experiences with this meditation. Can we invite them to the front?
할까요? 준비하신 분들인데 나오십시오.
네, 나와주시길 바랍니다.
예, 어서
네.
오십시오. 예, 반갑습니다.
반갑습니다.
안녕하세요.
Hello, I am Kim Myung-sung, practitioner from Jeung San Do Bucheon Dao Center. Last weekend on Seoul, I participated with my parents in the ritual for receiving 설료화. And I'd like to share with you the spiritual experiences that my parents had that day, who received a flower for the first time that day. For many years, my father was very stubborn, and he did not approve of the meditation in Jeung San Do. But he decided to come to the event because of my mother's health condition. She has suffered from herniated disc for 40 years. She had severe pain and numbness in her legs. Surgical treatment wasn't an option since she was very old and the symptom was affecting a large spinal area. She had been enduring for many years with the alternative therapy and the painkiller. But the pain visits her again. Chronic indigestion also tormented her for many years.
제가 컨닝 페이퍼 잠깐씩 보면서 할게요. 우리 남편이 만들어 줘가지고요.
Please excuse me. Can I take a look at the script that I prepared for this?
거기다가요 하루가 멀다 하고 자꾸 체하셔요. 그래서 이게 체하시는 정도가 좀 심하시고.
So the indigestion was also tormented her a lot, and it lasted for many years. So it was exhausting her continuously. My father was worried about my mom, and the deep worries about her, and the slightest hope that she might get better, my father decided to participate in the ritual in Seoul last week with my mother.
오늘도 설려와 예식이 진행이 될 텐데요.
During the ritual for receiving 설려와 last weekend, I felt the strong energy of the flower spreading from my crown chakra to the rest of my body. My mother told me that she also felt the strong energy of the flower, 설려화. She said that her irritated stomach felt so comfortable during the ritual.
속이 굉장히 가볍고 편해지셨다고 그렇게 말씀하셨습니다. 그런데 이제
However,
문제는요. 설려를 받은 그
the day after the ritual,
어머니 평소
my mother started to have severe pain in her legs again.
굉장히 예사롭지 않게
And it didn't go away even after she took the painkiller.
외출을 하시고 오셨는데 뭐 진통제를 드셔도 전혀 차도가 없을 정도로
So the pain in her legs did not subside, and the pain lasted for many hours until the late afternoon. So at first, my father was thinking about calling 911 for an ambulance. But they decided to try the 설려와 meditation. So my mother lied down on her stomach, and she offered a prayer and started duplicating and merging the 설려화, listening to the dynamic meditation music on YouTube. And she tried to follow the instructions that I had prepared for her. She duplicated her own 설려화 flower, and my father, sitting beside her, planted some copies of his 설려화 into her waist and legs for duplicating and merging, for healing. After 40 minutes of meditation, the severe pain subsided, and she became comfortable. With this, they were amazed. They were really amazed. And the next day, unfortunately, the pain visited her again. And this time, they decided to overcome the pain with the meditation of duplicating and merging 설려화 within her body. So that's how my parents began meditating every day, duplicating and merging 설려화. She says that she feels heat on her back when she does the 설려화 meditation.
이렇게 수행에 이제 첫 발을 내디디신 저희 부모님께서 이제 매일 정단 형성 수행.
They have started practicing this 설려화 meditation every day, accumulating the light and essence of the universe in their body to improve their overall health. They promise me to diligently practice the 설려화 meditation.
설려화 전수 행사를 베풀어 주신 저희 종도사님께 진심으로
I pay great gratitude to the Jongdosanim who offered this great opportunity, precious opportunity.
가치를 제대로
And I hope
발견하셔서
all of you participating in the ritual today to realize the true value of this 설료와 meditation and achieve ageless longevity through the meditation. Thank you.
잘 들었습니다.
감사합니다.
네, 조심스럽게 이렇게 또 준비까지 하셔서 하나하나 다 잊지 않고 말씀 주시려고
네.
세세하게 배려를 하셨어요.
네. 자, 다음은 장원모님의 체험 소감, 소중한 체험 소감 듣도록 할게요. 여러분 박수로 환영해 주시죠.
네, 반갑습니다.
Nice to meet you, everybody. I'm Jeung Won-mo, practicing meditation in the Jeung Dao Center in Incheon.
예, 제가 이 자리에 서고 보니까 좀 감회가 새롭습니다. 제가
I feel very touched standing at this site.
이렇게 예식을 치르게 되었습니다.
The first time I received 설려화, the flower immortality, was on January 2nd this year. On that day, I took part in the ritual and pray. Then suddenly, I saw an opening with golden flame appearing in the sky. Inside it were the great sacred mother, 마고.
안으로 보였는데 그때 마고 대성왕님과 대성님과 그리고
And
궁이
the sacred mothers Gungi and Sohi,
수많은
and
신들의 행사를
many other bright spirits performing ritual.
이것은 여기서 받은 게 아니고 집에서 주문으로 받은 거예요, 사실은. 집에서 했는데도
Actually, I did perform this ritual at home,
그래서 제가
but it works everywhere.
예식이 이제 진행되자
As the ritual progressed,
집중을 하면서
I witnessed
따라 했습니다.
the entire ritual.
저희가 처음에 할 때는 예식을 받을 때는 이렇게 두 손을 모아서 이렇게 받았습니다.
When I first participated ritual, I joined my hands to receive the flowers.
손 중앙에 딱 흰 꽃을 내려주시고
The great sacred mother Mago endowed me with the flower of white light. I was deeply touched by her grace. As ritual progressed, the sacred mothers Gungi and Sohi endowed me with red and blue flowers of light, respectively. I combined the three flowers to receive 설려화, the flower of immortality.
예, 그리고 제가 이제 예식을 이제 마치고 설려와 분합수행을 그
After the ritual, when performing the process 설려화,
세밀하게 했기 때문에 예식 부에 설려화를 상단에 있는 설려화를
I duplicated the original 설려화 on my upper dungeon into many copies and planted them into my diverse internal organs in my body.
우회전하면서 분할을 이 배수로 분할해 주세요 하니까 실제로 이렇게
I gave an order that they should, flowers immortality should the spin clockwise. And according to my words, it began to duplicate. And then it shrank.
나중에 보니까 몸에 합체할 때 그게 장기 속으로 들어가는 거예요.
I realized when they entered the internal organs, they shrank in size one after another.
약간 바늘로
But
살살 찌르든다는 느낌이 들어요. 왜 그냥 꽃이 내 몸속에.
But when they enter my internal organs, I felt a tickling sensation as if being stabbed with a needle.
그래서 들어가서 딱 보니까 그 세포 속에 그리고 조직 속에서 보니까 좁쌀만하게 들어가서
And the flower immortality, after being merged, glittered in the size of millet.
그 이후로는 이제 설려와 수행을 꾸준히 해가지고
In this way, I practiced the meditation of 설려화 for months.
이렇게 손등과 피부가 약간 검어지고 검버섯이 피더라고요. 그래서
Then my chronic eye disease was almost cured thanks to 설려화 practice, and the age spots on my face and both ends were also significantly improved.
그래서 수행과 그리고 광선 여의봉과 설려화를 통해서 지금은
Thanks to 설려화
너무 좋아졌고
and the wand of light, the eye pain and eye disease that I suffered a very long time disappear.
근데 거의 이제 눈도 치료됐고 크고 작은 병들을 저렇게 설려와 수행을 통해서
And the many kinds of disease I suffered all almost cured through this wonderful practice of Seollewa meditation. On November 6th,
이렇게 이제 행사를 했는데
I participated in the Seollewa meditation session at the K Hotel in Seoul. While taking a rest outside, I concentrated my consciousness with both eyes closed. Then I saw an air balloon banner in the sky, fluttering with the words in my spiritual vision, the sacred ritual of transmitting the flower of immortality. And after a while, when I entered the event hall and listened to the Jongdosanim's words, I saw a group of immortals clad in white clothes standing on the left side around me. Have you ever seen immortals in your real life? They are clad from head to toe in white clothes and with white eyebrows. I've been longing for meeting them. But you also can experience having an audience of immortals if you are devoted to the meditation.
예식이 진행되려고 이렇게 하고 있었어요. 그래 예식이 진행되는 신단이 오늘처럼 이렇게 마련돼 있었거든요.
And then now session is on. Even before the transmission ritual began, the Holy Spirits were busy with doing something at the altar. Some spirits were moving around with something like a broom, as if driving away negative energy around the place.
그때 이제 신비한 그리고 이제 한참 후에는
As soon as the ritual officially started, one side of the sky opened up like a heavenly gate, and mysterious light and chi came down like an aura. The flower immortality came down towards my crown chakra of my head.
그리고 그때 이제 제가 앞에 앉아 있었는데 우리 여기 와 계시는 김병찬 어나운서님도 계셨고 송혜진
And I was sitting in the front row.
따라하시더라고요 이렇게. 그리고 이제 그때 내빈
And
소개를 하는데
I saw our MC Kim Byung-chan and Song Hye were also following the ritual in earnest. And when performing the Seollewa ritual, I saw a laser-like light coming down from the sky, pursuing all the attendees and pouring down over their heads. When MC introduced guests, Mr. Wang Jong-gun said he was sorry that he didn't seem to have received the flower, but when I look at him, I found the flower of immortality on the top of his head, shining brown. I'm sure all of you who have devotion can receive flower of immortality. I can say that our MC, the Kim Byung-chan, also have received this Seollewa, the immortal flower. I saw in my spiritual vision. Everybody can receive the flower. I wish all of you attain the ageless longevity and save the world. Thank you very much. It was a wonderful experience. A practitioner, Jang Won-mo, is so devoted and to an experience of miraculous experience, and his skin was improved, and he looked like a bridegroom, and with wonderful clothes. Let's give him a warm round of applause. Lastly, we'd like to invite our Hayeon practitioner Hayeon-su to listen. Let's listen to his experience of Seollewa meditation.
안녕하십니까. 저는
Hello everybody, my name is Ha-yeon So. I work as a clothing designer at the headquarters of Jeung San Do. Last Saturday, on November 6th, I participated in the ritual of receiving flower Immortality, which took place in K Hotel in Seoul. I'd like to briefly share with my spiritual experience. Right before the beginning of the ritual, my spiritual eye opened and I could see Sangjeonim and Taemonim standing at the shrine, clad in their ceremonial robe. Jongsubunim, Kimsubunim, and many immortals were there too. As the ritual began, a protective shield was summoned around the venue. I could also see flowers of immortality descending from heaven. Female immortals were trying to put those flowers into the head of attendees. Some immortals seemed baffled, and they couldn't insert the flowers. In that case, ancestral spirits assisted the immortals by cutting open or boring a hole in the head of their descendants. During the meditation of duplicating and fusing the flowers, evil and toxic energy came out of the body of some attendees. Such negative energy was immediately cleansed away by ancestral spirits or commander spirits. The commander spirits are clad in the Joseon Dynasty's traditional suits and mostly in white clothes. When the ritual ended, I saw Sangjeonim and Taemonim with a warm smile on their face. It seemed that they were granting a blessing to all of them. At the end of the ritual, Sangjeonim granted a blessing to all of them. Throughout the session, it was an unforgettable moment. Throughout the session, I recollect the Sangjeonim words, Sangjeonim and Taemonim's words in Daejeon. I could not help thinking about what the teaching should be conveyed to the world's people to bring salvation to them. But in truth, teaching are too precious to be shared. I feel so grateful to Jongdosanim for the blessing of the flower of immortality. Thank you. We should be the human of light to receive the 설려화 properly. I felt strongly that with the devotion we can receive the immortal flower.
What I found from the practitioners who told us their spiritual experience stories was that they all have bright skin, illuminating skin.
We have to go beyond the field of the interest, or we go beyond that. This is a true the treasure and the blessing for all the humanity. And then also Cheonbugyeong also tell the same thing, same teachings. And then through the teaching the Cheonbugyeong, we also the importance of the significance of the 설려화.
그 전에요. 이 수행법을 체계적으로 배워보고자 하는 분들께 STB 동방 신선학교
So now we have a little announcement for you all, the viewers of STB Sangsaeng 방송 and the attendees of the ritual today. So please take a look at the material that you will received when you enter in your entry. So please don't forget to fill the document, the application form, in order to fully receive the instruction of the ritual.
권리고 우주의 모든 것을 말하는 천부경 81자를 노래로 전하는 자랑스러운 소초동 어린이 합창단을 큰
Sochodong Children's Choir will perform the song of the Cheonbugyeong, which consists of 81 characters. Let's welcome them with a big applause. Cheonbugyeong tells us one is the beginning, and everything starts from the one and returns to one. We gather together to celebrate the divinity inside of us. No matter how the worst trouble the couple have, but one thing they share in common is that the date of their wedding. In the same way, all the practitioners share their faith and the common goal. So this is how great it is. Now we are broadcasting from the STB Public Hall.
So every day at 12:30 p.m. KST, STB Sangsaeng Broadcasting is airing Sangsaeng 개벽 news to the world. So please, I hope you have interest in viewing the Sangsaeng 개벽 news. And the next weekend, we have the ritual for receiving the 설려화 at the Gwangju Kim Dae-jung Convention Center.
맞이해